Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's action figure showcase, we are going to continue the countdown with my top 50 customs in my collection. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today we are going to continue my top 50 customs, and this week we have numbers 30 through 21, so we are well on our way. We are halfway with our countdown today. So number 30 in the collection is going to be my custom WrestleMania 19 Shawn Michaels. And as of recording, I do not have the Survivor Series Shawn Michaels in hand. I am very excited to get that. I will definitely be doing some fixing up because I don't like the leg choices they use for that. But I brought that up because of the head sculpt here. So the one that I use is a complete custom. I had an extra Billy Gunn head in my, that I got in a fodder bin, and I took the hairpiece, put it on a Shawn Michaels Ultimate Edition head, and gave him that soccer mom haircut that he was rocking when he came back to WWE. And his match against Jericho at WrestleMania 19 is one of my favorite matches, not just of WrestleMania, but of all time. The Ruthless Aggression era is really when Shawn Michaels started becoming one of my favorites. I always liked him when I was younger, but then when I started getting a little bit older and he'd come back, he was putting on some fantastic matches, and I appreciated the matches more then, as opposed to just the entertainment portion of wrestling. So here's my Shawn Michaels from then. I did use a Shawn Michaels body for the base, gave him some arms from some of his older basics, and then the decals are just from Curb Stomp, the black with the black zebra stripes here. But I have a lot of Shawn Michaels in my collection. I'd have to look. I think even today I've got another one that's going to be in the countdown, but I didn't want to just put all of my Shawn Michaels customs in here, so I tried to pick out some of my favorites, and this is one of them. So number 30 on the list is WrestleMania 19 HBK. Next up is going to be number one of the two customs I have for this character. We have Spike Dudley from the Attitude Era, and this one I've wanted a Spike for so long, and I just, I didn't feel like we had the parts to make one really. And then, we got the, trying to think, these legs I believe are from a Sami Zayn, but we also got the bigger army pants mold with Sergeant Slaughter, but even those ones, the calf portion on those is a little longer. So what I finally did was take the Sami Zayn that he normally has tall boots. I put the short boots on him. I used the torso from a 1-2-3 kit. So it's that single torso, it's really small. And then I used these basic arms from a Drake Maverick figure. And then the head is from a Jax Titantron Live. So a pretty broad array of figures, but I feel like it captures Spike perfectly. The Jax head, I don't love the likeness, but I do like the texture and everything in the hair. I think it looks very good. The shirt is from Threadhead. We've got the nice crop top pound for pound shirt. And then I did make another Spike with the Jax head when he was the boss of the Dudleys, and I like that one as well, but I just like this one more. I just think it all comes together much better. I think it looks very good next to my other Dudley figures, and I do still want to make ECW Spike, but that's another one that I've been a little bit unsure about as far as part choices, so I'll get around to that eventually. But number 29 on the list here, we have Little Spike Dudley. Next up, number 28 on the list is going to be one of my custom Jay White figures, and this is it's just a really clean custom. I like the part. Obviously, I say I like the part. I make the part choices. I make all the choices. But I think the part choices work really well. He's in scale. I really do like the head from Heteration. It's like, I think it does the beard well. He's got the ponytail, like the texture is done well. Sometimes with some of the sculpts you get with long hair, like the way that it sits, you don't get a lot of movement, but you can do plenty of twisting with this, and it still has some range. And we've just got the black and gold decals, and when you do black attire, we get so many figures in black that when I make customs in black, it makes it really easy to pick the part choices and do it without a lot of painting. And when you don't have to do a lot of painting, it really gives you the chance to make nice clean customs, and that is the case for this Jay White. Like, there's really not a crazy amount of effort, like nothing real crazy that I had to do to put into this custom. It just came out really nice, really clean, and that is why I made it high on the list. And I'm a big Jay White fan, so there he is, number 28. Next up, number 27 is another one where it's kind of the same thing. A custom I really like. It is my custom Filthy Animals. I have the NWO shirt on him, but this is just, I pose him with the Wolfpack. But we've got Konnan here, and I wanted to go for a different look. I see a lot of him with the R-Truth legs, and I was looking up some pictures of him, and there was a match with, like a tag match, I think, with Rey Mysterio, and he wore shorter khaki pants. So I decided to just change things up a little bit, go in a little bit different direction, and I used the Hollywood Rock pants with some shoes from like a Mick Foley, I want to say. And then the torso is the Alberto Del Rio torso and arms, I believe. But the head I bought off eBay, already painted. I forget the eBay user's name, but it is painted beautifully. It's got like a good shadow. I don't know if you can tell from the camera here. Let me move this arm. Like, there's a good shadow on the beard. It's got a nice, like, the hair, it's got a receding hairline, like, painted very, very well. But again, with Jay White, it was one that all I had to do was swap parts together. I didn't do much, but I think it's a fantastic custom. So it was going to make the list, just I didn't do a lot for it, so I didn't want to put it super high. Okay, sorry about the delay there. I forgot what number we're on. So number 26 right here is going to be one of the many Seth Rollins customs that I have. So I did a work in progress Wednesday many weeks ago, and I did a bunch of Seth Rollins customs, and when his top picks figure was on sale, I bought as many as I can, or as many as I could, excuse me, and just fixed up either a lot of older customs I had, or did some newer attires in the with the formula with the bigger legs and kick pads and everything, which this was one I had already done, but I fully repainted this, got him on the new formula, and I really like it. I have a lot of Seth Rollins customs, so I kind of debated which one I was going to go with, and this was the one I probably had the most fun with, because it was another one that I just painted everything. So everything is painted. This is his quantum suit attire from his run as Universal Champion, which I really wish we would have gotten at least the basic of this. I don't know why we didn't. I think it is generic enough that Mattel could have gotten away with making it, especially without the vest. But you know, sometimes we just either get all of the Rollins or we skip some attires entirely. So even now, like, there's so many Seth Rollins attires that I would love to get in figure form. Like, they're so colorful and ridiculous, perfect for figures. But this is the Rollins I chose to go with for the countdown, his quantum suit, and he is number 26. Now we've got the official halfway point of the countdown, number 25, and it is going to be my custom Marcus Corvon, or Monty Brown, if you like. And this one was just one that was really fun to put together. Again, with the formula, like I had talked about last episode with my A-Train figure, figuring out a formula for him was the hardest part. I had this Jack's head for a while, and I just didn't know exactly what I was going to do. I didn't want to just use like a Booker T body, because Monty Brown was he was built, but he had like I don't know, like I feel like he had a specific build that isn't captured just by using that same Triple H or Booker T body. So what I did was repaint a Sting torso, which is like a bigger torso, but it's not ripped the same that Triple H one is. Like the weight, like the actual torso lower part of it is a little wider, and I feel like that captured him a little bit better. I did use the legs from Booker T, repainted the upper thighs so that they were the red, and then used some Ricochet calves to keep him in scale, and then some, I think these arms are from Big E, but repainted the head, repainted the torso, and then he's just got the Pounce logo and that print on the side. So there we have it. Number 25 is the alpha male, Monty Brown. Number 24 today is going to be my Ultimate Edition Jon Moxley, and I have talked plenty times on the channel about how I am not a fan of the Jazzwares figures we get of him because he's gigantic. They make him way too tall. He's not a small guy by any means, but I think that they just, he's so tall. He's like the same height as my Undertaker figures, and I know that Jazzwares scale is a little bit different than Mattel's, but he's way too big. So I took it upon myself. I think I saw Mania Figs use the like sweatpants legs, and I had some extra parts after making a Moxley commission, so I figured, what the heck, I'll throw my own together. I decided to go with the Bengals attire that he had, or Bengals inspired attire. He's got that Bengal stripe, and then he's got the BCC logo, the Mox logo here, and then I think the Ultimate Edition torso, I think this one works. I know that a lot of people really like the Ric Flair sized one, or it's the Terry Funk torso, but I think that he's slim. I feel like Moxley slimmed down a bit after he went to rehab and got clean, and the before torso I think definitely worked using Terry Funk, but I think he slimmed down a little bit. I think this torso works. It worked for me. And then again, I like the heads that Jazzwares has given us for Moxley. This one isn't my favorite. I like the first one they gave us the most, probably, but I still think it works well. The Mattel ones I think are good scans, but they don't fit the the hair and the beard. I just don't think fit as well. So there's my Moxley, number 24 on my list. Number 23 is going to be probably my favorite Shawn Michaels custom, which actually I have to look. This is the one that's highest on the list, so makes sense. But we have my Shawn Michaels from the Attitude Era, his early DX days when it was just him and Triple H. And I don't even remember when this attire was from. It's not even necessarily the attire itself. The head sculpt is from his Ultimate Edition we got from Amazon, and I cut the hair off right here, like the PC head hanging down, gave him a 5 o'clock shadow, double jointed arms, gave him just that Daniel Bryan sized torso that his elites typically come with, but just my favorite stuff about it is how clean the decals are. The decals look great, and then the boots are my favorite part of this. So obviously I painted like the gray on here, put the O'Neal logo on there for his motocross boots he liked to use, but they're the mold that has that extra lip, like that extra pad on top of it, which I wish they use more. That's kind of what they use with Rollins now, but I think it looks really good. I really like those pads. If I had more, I would do them more, but this is my favorite HBK custom. I've had more than one person ask if they could purchase it, and I've turned them down. I just really like how this one looks, and again, I like the WrestleMania 19 attire more. I like a lot of other attires more, but just something about this custom I've always been really fond of, and that's why he's at number 20, what did I say, 23 on the list. Next up, number 22 on my favorite customs list, we have the first tag team of this video. We have Better Than You, Baby. We've got Adam Cole and MJF from All Out. Yeah, All Out. I think All In was in Wembley, and then the following weekend was All Out. I think that's what this one is from. These were just a ton of fun, and they're unique. I never do torso I don't like to do t-shirt torsos with wrestling gear. I'd rather just have the custom shirt, but since these guys decided they were going to wear shirts more often than not to wrestle together, I figured I would go outside the box, try and do these customs, and I had a lot of fun with these. I really like how they turned out. The Adam Cole, this is the formula I like to go with the bigger legs, the Steve Austin Ringmaster or like Stunning Steve legs, and then I use the Tully Blanchard calves because when you use these thighs make him a lot taller than the thighs he typically comes with, and I think it makes him too tall. He's a pretty short guy, even if he's listed at like 5'10" or so. Like, I do not believe he's 5'10". But then the t-shirt torso is from a Gold Dust figure, and then just like some Adam Cole arms I had. The head's obviously a Mattel head. With MJF, I actually use a torso from the Rey Mysterio Halloween figure, and just painted it all black. And then obviously we've got the decals for both, so they both have the double clothesline on the back. It's kind of hidden here, but then they've got the like gold and red attires. With MJF, his legs are from the thighs are Bobby Roode, and then the calves are from a Ricky Steamboat figure, and then the head is repainted. It was one of the Jazzwares figures, which I've done. Actually, I did the Iron Man match MJF and sold that, and that head looked a lot better. I repainted this and was not a huge fan. I don't see MJF in that scan, but that doesn't stop me from liking the customs. I work with what I've got. I'm not gonna not like my own customs because Jazzwares can't nail a head sculpt. Anyway, we've got the MJF. I don't think that is the correct like logo, but it's the MJF elbow pad that I had, so it works for me. But two just unique customs I had a lot of fun with, and that's why they are number 22 on the list. All right, number 21 and the last figure for today is going to be the Deathmatch King himself, Mr. Matt Cardona. And this figure was so fun to make. I knew for a while I was going to make a Matt Cardona custom. I was really enjoying his indie work. I thought that his character was just like was perfect for what he was doing with GCW. I thought his Deathmatch King gimmick was ridiculous and pretty funny. And this attire itself I thought was really cool. It's Macho Man inspired. We've gotten an Elite of Macho Man in this color scheme, and a lot of his attires are very Macho Man inspired. And this one I just thought was really cool. And then head gimmicks had the exact like the head for it. So there was a lot that went into this custom. I think the thighs are from a Batista figure. The calves are from a Billy Gunn Elite. The boots are from a Kushida, so I got rid of all the designs on there, repainted those. The torso is a DDP torso. The arms are actually from a Macho Man figure. The green is a little inaccurate. It should be a little bit darker, but they were the Macho Man arms, and they had the hand tape and everything, so I just kept it there. And then so like I had to paint this half green, this half pink, do all the decals. The head sculpt I think looks very good. We've got the glasses, you can clearly see it says Deathmatch on there. And then even like the jewel I painted it blue and then put a purple metallic over it. That looks really good. Just a really fun custom. And it's like Cardona is all about looking toyetic, and this figure definitely, or this attire definitely accomplishes that. Gives me the chance to do cool stuff with the customs. And then I also, to top off, like the head sculpt is awesome, but then to top it all off, I also have the custom GCW World Champion belt. Whoops. Arms don't bend very well with these big elbow pads on. So I've got the custom GCW Championship belt that I got from Chaos Wrestling Club on Instagram, and the belt is fantastic. Just everything about this custom I really like, and the only reason it didn't crack the top 20 is because I just have a lot of customs that I really, really like. So that is going to round out everything for today. If you like what we're doing here, if you haven't seen the first two episodes of the countdown, go check those out. Numbers 50 through 21 are all available. We've got the last 20 coming in the next couple weeks. So stay caught up, keep commenting, and let me know what you guys think are your favorite customs of the ones that you've seen so far. Outside of that, please continue, like, share, subscribe, comment, talk about figures, and remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.